What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 7 of my Far Cry 5 playthrough. And in this episode, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to go over the pros and cons and just a general review of the co-op and single player for this game. And we'll hopefully see if this game is good for you. Alright, so first of all, since I don't want to waste your time, I'm going to go ahead and show the pros and cons that I found after about 30 hours of gameplay now. And that way you can decide for yourself. I will later on in the video I will show off in more detail each of these points. Okay, so for our pros section, so first of all, obviously great graphics as always with the Far Cry series. This one was no exception. Very few bugs that I could find, only a few minor ones here and there that weren't very obvious. Awesome extra activities, so like hunting and fishing were definitely a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, spent like 2 hours or so fishing. Good co-op. For the most part, the co-op was awesome. There was a few features that I would have really liked to see, and there was a few times where my partner was saying that he was, something was going on with him, but I was seeing it a little bit differently. But for the most part, it played smooth. There was no visible lag or anything like that. Awesome NPC companions, so all the Fangs for Hire, no complaint there. They definitely did a good job there. Great vehicle and aircraft, so all the models and textures were very cool. I definitely enjoyed a lot of the aircraft, especially. Great story, definitely sucks you in. Great antagonist as well. So obviously, a great antagonist is going to piss you off. I definitely want to kill him, but I guess that's part of being a great antagonist in the game. Good NPC characters. So a lot of the characters, they seem very well made, especially if you're from the South or, want to know what that's like. They're very well written. Arcade and the NPC dialogue. So with the arcade machines around the map and the NPC dialogue about the game itself is kind of cool. Alright, so for the cons, number one, driving across the map. So as anybody knows that has played Far Cry before, any of the old Far Cries, traversing the map with a ground vehicle can sometimes be annoying as you'll constantly be engaged. Number two, constant action. So if you're trying to fish, a lot of times I found myself being annoyed because I'd be trying to fish or hunt and constantly getting shot at. The biggest one for me was definitely being kidnapped. So you'll get these different times on the map where you will get tranked and there's nothing you can do. Like they will tell you that you're getting hunted and you get maybe 2 or 3 minutes tops, and next thing you know you're getting tranked and hauled off into some cutscene and start some mission. So that kind of was annoying to me. Like, I get it, they want you to do these scenes, but it really leaves you feeling like you have no choice in the matter, and I really hate games that, or hate when games do that. Alright, so for number 4, ammo supply. Sometimes when you come out of those cutscenes, or those kidnappings, you will find that your weapons are gone, and you will have to go reacquire your weapons. Thankfully, you don't usually have to repurchase them, but you will have to get more ammo for them, even if you were full before, which can be annoying. The underpowered weapons, especially the sniper rifles, I found, even for a regular guy that have to shoot them, pretty much if you shoot them in the head, you're good, but anywhere else, you're going to hit them like 4 or 5 times. They're basically bullet sponges. The NPC with the AA fire, a lot of times you'll be flying along, and a couple guys with assault rifles, if you're not careful, they will blow you out of the sky really quickly. So it all kind of depends. Sometimes they're not that accurate, but then other times they're extremely deadly. Alright, so that kind of wraps up for that section. Hopefully that was, give you some good information. We'll go ahead and show off a few more details. So this next part is how to get into a co-op session. So as you see, my friend sent me an invite, and I press Shift F2 to bring up. Now this is on PC, but that is how you bring it up and accept the request, and it'll bring up this little message. So I'll let you go ahead and read that. So when you join a friend session, you will keep all the money, perks, and guns that you unlock from playing in their session. However, all the story progress and all that will stay on their game, so it will not transfer over to you. So you can get that money, unlock that weapon. It might even might be kind of cool actually, because you can play on a friend's game and totally level up, and then go play on your game from the beginning. Now, one thing that really annoyed me though is you cannot bring any pets or guns for hire into the game or into your friend's game, and they can only have one. They cannot have 2 as usual, so that kind of sucked. I was really disappointed. You also can't give commands to their pets. Their pets will sometimes revive you, but it's kind of iffy. The one nice thing though is you can use your vehicles. So like here I have one of each, one helicopter, one plane, all that unlocked, and I'm on my friend's game who doesn't have anything, so I am using going ahead and spawning my helicopter in here for us to use, and either of us can fly it. I don't even have to be in it. However, obviously there is a tether distance. The tether distance is a decent distance. I think I show it off here a little later, but it's a decent amount, but it's still there, so just be aware of that. Especially if you're in the air, it'll go by really quickly. Alright, so you can revive each other, and like I said before, the pet, your buddy's pet will revive you sometimes, but just don't count on it. I know a lot of times I'd go down and I'd hold down and the pet wouldn't do anything, and then every once in a while it would actually come and revive me after all. So it's it happens, but definitely don't count on it. Alright, so one thing I do like is that the damage you do on vehicles, especially like aircraft, is actually fairly realistic. It doesn't take 5 clips to take down a helicopter if you do it correctly, if you shoot it correctly, and all that. That is pretty good. Like I was saying in the pros and cons section, for the cons, a lot of the enemies seem to be like bullet sponges. They will take 4 or 5 sniper hits at least, and that's not even the juiced up ones. Usually if you do headshots, that's pretty much a guaranteed kill, but it's definitely, it seems to be a little bit more than I'd like. Now you can die pretty quickly, pretty much 2 or 3 hits and you're dead or almost dead. So they do that, but then for killing the enemy sometimes it can be hard. Alright, so obviously friendly fire is an option you can turn on and off, and this is us with friendly fire off. You can down the other person and then revive them. Alright, so now we are my game, and my friend has joined me, so we're going to go ahead and hop in this fighter. I'll go ahead and let my friend fly here, and I'm going to hop in the gunner seat and just show off a little bit the beauty and how much fun it can be to have somebody with you. Go ahead and get Nick as well to follow us along. Alright, so as you can see, I have all these specialists unlocked here, but I can only get one since my buddy's here, and I guess he counts as one. So that's kind of unfortunate, but at least you can get one. That's definitely cool. It is not limited by what your buddy has unlocked, so it does not matter that the only one that my buddy unlocked is the dog or boomer. So you can have full range to use whatever you want of yours. You're just limited to one. So I will say that the aviation or the flying in this game is somewhat dumbed down. If you are any kind of aviation enthusiast or even a pilot, you'll probably notice that it is, oversimplified. But that's kind of to be expected in any kind of game like this. So no really complaints. But yeah, you definitely will notice that. I love the float planes in this game, and this is one of my favorites. Just kind of a little tip: if you get one of these without the doors on the side, you can have a weapon in the back, so that's really cool. My buddy in the back there looking around. Takes a little bit to get used to the controls, but once you get used to them, you can fly pretty accurately, and definitely can get in some pretty tight spaces. The collision in this game, when it comes to flying, I think is a little bit broken when it comes to like trees and stuff. Sometimes you'll go right to the tops of them, nothing will happen. I guess you could consider that a good thing. But so for fishing, this game is definitely awesome. Your buddy can actually be in the front of the boat while you're moving around and not glitch out, so that's really cool. You can have somebody on the 50 cal while you're fishing if you want. But yeah, fishing in general is just really really fun in this game, and I've spent a couple hours doing it, especially with a buddy. It can be a lot of fun, so you can catch the biggest fish and all that. Some really beautiful places too. Okay, so the explosions obviously are awesome in this game. The guns are great, the models are great. Like I said before, sometimes the enemies tend to be bullet sponges, but other than that, it's good. Alright, so this next scene demonstrates one of my biggest issues with the game. The issue where you'll be playing the game normally and you'll have a search party come after you, and they'll just trank you and you get forced into a cutscene and a mission or whatever. That's kind of annoying. Other than that, though, this game is very well done. If you like any of the previous Far Cry games, I would definitely recommend this. I would say, other than Far Cry 3, this is probably the best Far Cry, and definitely can be a lot of fun, a lot of things to do. Like I said before, my two biggest issues are being forced into cutscenes such as that, and then the driving and constantly having people gunning for you. It can be fun for a little while, keep things interesting, but after a while, it's just like, leave me alone already. I want to, go fishing, or I want to go hunting. I don't want to be constantly having to fight. So I hope that was able to help you guys make a decision. And until next time, have a great day, guys.